Well, hello everybody. Hasn't this been a fascinating morning? Well, it's all about this now, isn't it? We have the opportunity to live in the present moment, or we can live in fear of the future or fear of the past. It is a choice. It is always a choice as to whether we're going to live in the present or we're going to live in the future or we're going to live in the past. I'm coming from my cell phone device now. There should be sound. Again, the beautiful thing about life is you learn to live it here and now. Today is about this now. This week, again, I'm on my cell phone. I'm in the process of trying to find my spare tripod to mount it. So if you'll just bear with me, I shall find that device. Where are you hiding on me, my dear friend? So, back to the present moment. Learning to live in this now requires a few things. One, it requires that you be able to know how to release your fear. If you cannot release your fear, you are stuck in the past. I'm just going to switch over to my tablet so I can see your questions. My channel. Live. There we go. Okay, so now I can see your questions and answers. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to take the questions off here. So thank you for being so patient. So back to being in this now. As you can see, I'm working on getting the proper device to mount my cell phone on so that I can do this show today. And you don't quit on something because it doesn't work exactly the way you want. You just have to make the best you can with what you're doing. And always stay in a state of joy. It is a choice. This is the beautiful thing about being live right now. The beautiful thing about being live right now is that it's real. There's no 5-second, 10-second, 15-second delay. What you get is what you get. It's who I am is who I am. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to be real, not to pretend and be something else or pretend and show you something that I want you to see, but make sure you don't see what I don't want you to see. No, this is about being real in the moment. And this now is about today. So let's see if we can get this phone into a holder. So you see all these things that go the way you don't expect them to go. This is where you find out if you're living in the now or if you're living in the past or you're living in fear or you're living in the future. My microphone didn't work. I couldn't get online. There's no sound. I have two choices. I can get upset about that, or I can just enjoy the moment and work through the process and demonstrate the very thing I'm trying to show you guys, that you have to learn to live in the now. You will not find any joy tomorrow. You're going to either find it now or you're not going to find it now. You're either going to be it now or you're not going to be it now. So let's just see where this thing will fit in here. I have not used my cell phone in this tripod before, so we'll see what happens when we do that. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Pushed the wrong button. We're going to get settled in here because it's going to be a beautiful meditation today, and I want you to experience that. So let's just crank this up. See if I can get this thing a bit higher. There we go. Thank you all for being so incredibly patient. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you're on this lesson with me today about being in this now. All we can ever have, all you can ever have is this now. You can't have tomorrow. You can't have yesterday. And yet, people go fruitlessly throughout the day trying to live tomorrow or trying to live from their past, and they're unhappy. You're never going to find happiness. Hi, see how that works? Now, I could get really upset and frustrated and go, oh my goodness, what a waste of my life that would be. So for those of you that are here today that have the courage to walk through this with me and walk through this with our guides and angels, please understand, if you can't if little things like this are going to stop you from being happy, choosing to be in joy right now, then what's the point, right? What's the point in being on this planet? We came to this world to master energy and consciousness, and we're here to do that together. So I'm going to just try and switch the comments off on my phone so that I can hide the comments, hide all chat messages there. Okay, so now I can now see and hear your questions on my tablet, and I've got sound There's 30 of us here today for the meditation, which is all on this now. You don't give up because something doesn't work out the way you want it to right away. You stick to it and you get there. There's these divine beings. They constantly give me lessons to remind me that I have a choice here and now. You have a choice here and now. Do you want to live in love and enjoy, or do you want to live in fear, doubt, guilt, shame, fear of the future, sadness about what happened, what's been done, or are you going to choose to be in the present moment? Learning to be in the present moment affords you a level of freedom that you cannot get in a package, a box, a pill, or a drug. Being in the present moment, being here and now, means you always have a choice. If you're truly in the present moment, you always have a choice. Do I want to focus on my past? Do I want to focus on a future past? What do I want to put my attention on right now? And what is that going to give me as an experience right now? What is focusing on the past going to give you as an experience right now? It's only going to be more of the past. So this now, when they said, bring through this concept of this now, the meditation day, I want to look at what we've done this week so far. On Monday, we got involved and looked at the concept of persistent peace. Persistent peace and how to cultivate a state of persistent peace. And that it is a state you can choose. You can choose to be focused on your pain and your suffering and your anxiety, or you can choose to be focused on a state of persistent peace. You have that choice right now. You can take a single, slow, deep breath right now. Just a single, slow, deep breath right now. And just exhale and let your thoughts and your body relax. Bring yourself into this present moment with us. Bring yourself into here and now with us, where nothing disturbs you, and things that do happen around you are just happening around you. They don't define you as whether or not you're going to be happy or sad. You get to define that, but you can allow those things. You can give them that power. Those people, those events, those circumstances, they did that to me, they did that to me, and you can give them the power to have some control over how you're feeling right now, but that's not much fun. It's a lot more exciting when you can choose to be enjoying the moment. Yes, thank you. And I got to experience that. I get to experience that every day, every moment, every single moment. My sound didn't work on the microphone, and I tried to reset it, it didn't work. I could have gone into all kinds of, oh my goodness, I could have done all that. No, I won't do that. I won't do that with my life. My now, my life, my now. Your now is the most precious thing on the planet. And for being here, I want to say thank you so much for sharing your priceless now with us here and now. So persistent peace was Monday, where we looked at the concept of persistent peace and how to cultivate that as an energy, as a vibration. How you can use your body, how you can use your mind, how you can use your awareness to cultivate a state of peace in your consciousness. And then on Tuesday, we got into the concept of addiction and the senses are being senseless senses, which is what addiction is. It's where your senses are telling you that something is good for you when it's not good for you. You eat all that sugar, all that processed food that makes you feel so good, the McDonald's, all that stuff. And I watch people do it every day. The Starbucks and the caffeine. Caffeine is one of the biggest addictions on the planet. Master Jesus on Tuesday laid out all of these addictions that people have, and he says it's because their senses have no sense. Only you have sense to direct what's right for your mind and body. You're the sense behind your senses. Your senses have no sense in and of themselves. They can only react to the world around you based on fight or flight. That's it. They can't do anything else outside of that. They can only operate based on what they perceive. You, on the other hand, have the ability to rise above the conditions of those senses. So let's go to number 3. On Wednesday, we got into the concept of an experiment with joy. Experimenting with joy. The idea, can you choose to be joyful right now? And the answer is absolutely yes. And we ran through a little experiment with that. We did a couple of breathing activities to give you a chance to still your mind, remove thoughts from your head so that you can get them out of there, so you can actually restore yourself to yourself, right? If you're listening to the thoughts in your mind all the time, you're not going to hear very much. You're only going to hear the same stuff that your mind repeats from the past. A quiet mind is a beautiful thing, because then you can actually begin to hear what you cannot hear with what you remember. So it's important to learn to experiment with joy and being in the present moment. On Thursday, we got into the concept that love ends all depression. The vibration of love. And vibration is this love that the mystics talk about, that we hear about on the radios. this love that most people talk about isn't the love that you get from this world. It's the love of being. It's the love, the joy, the relationship you have with being limitless in your capacity to create or change or alter conditions in your life with certain vibrations. Love is what you are. It's a vibration that you are. And literally, if you could turn your thoughts off for a moment, and you could turn the world off, your senses off, and your mind off, and just allow yourself to be. You know, it's kind of like we were out riding this morning through these valleys and through the forests and pathways. And when there's no mind around, when you don't have thoughts in your head, there's silence. And then in the silence, you can actually begin to hear yourself, feel yourself, know yourself as this vibration of love that does not have the confinements and the restrictions that your memories or your concerns about the future will impose upon you. And it's from the present moment that you can actually begin to create the life you want to create as a matter of choice rather than a matter of happenstance or maybes or possiblies. No, in the present moment, when you are peaceful and you're centered in who you are and you know the creative power that is you, you can create and do exactly what you need to do in the moment. And then it's just a matter of learning how to build the energy up and watch how it unfolds around you. Because once you start to learn how to work with the energy that's available to you, the emotional energy that you have available to you, the spirit that flows through you as emotion, that you can make either positive or negative, when you learn how to use that emotional energy from that place of present moment, being here and now, you then move into the position of being a divine creator, actually being able to create, design your life as an act of choice and will, rather than an act of hope or possibility outside of what you have been taught to think, feel, or believe. And then yesterday we covered the concept of God, energy, electricity, and emotion. And we showed that how all four of those things are essentially the same thing. God, energy are essentially the same thing. They have the exact same attributes. God, energy, electricity, and emotion. And what's really fascinating is emotion is the electrical charge that goes through your brain when you think a thought, an exciting thought or a sad thought, whatever you choose to focus on your mind, it generates an electrical charge that we call feeling good or feeling bad. It's an emotional energy. And in understanding that you have the capacity to choose any emotional energy you want to in the present moment. I can choose to move into a state of joy. I don't have to even remember things about my past to be in a state of joy, because that's who I am. It's who you are. In your essence, you are the extension of divine love manifesting yourself through a physical medium called the physical body. You are a divine intelligence manifesting your expression through this physical form that you call your body. And if you understand and can feel for a moment, just feel for a moment, put aside your thoughts, your body, your memories, your concerns about the future, put all of those aside and really go into this vibration that is you, you can begin to decide, I want to experience myself as joy. I want to experience myself as tranquility. I want to experience myself as peacefulness. I want to experience myself as stillness, pure stillness. I want to experience myself as endless space. I want to experience myself as playful. I want to experience myself as intelligent. You know, you get to this place in consciousness where you get to decide who you want to be rather than who you've been taught to think you're supposed to be. Because most people are living their life according to what they've been taught or told they're supposed to think they are. And very few people actually stop to realize, wait a minute, these thoughts in my head, where'd they originate from? Now, in order to begin to change your thoughts, in order to begin to change your emotions, you have to be in a certain place of consciousness. It's called the kingdom of heaven, which is here and now. Learning to be in this present moment without anything else distracting you, just your being. And it is in that state of being where you are here and now that you can actually begin to, one, be aware of way more than you've ever been aware. You can be aware of all these things going on around you and be undistracted by them. When you are in your center, when you are in your now, you will remain undistracted. It's really true, but you can still hear all these things. I can hear the AC unit running. I can hear cars outside, trucks and cars. I can hear the little puppy dog walking around on his little feet on the floor, and I can hear all kinds of different things. They're not distracting me. And in the present moment, your awareness expands. But when you're caught up in individual thoughts about your past and your present, your awareness collapses. It gets collapsed down to those localized thoughts and ideas. That doesn't mean that you can't be aware of all those thoughts, but because you can. You can be aware of all your thought and not get lost in any one of them, much the same way as you can be aware of those different sounds and different things around you without being distracted and staying present in the moment. So being in this now is the beginning of how we tie together some of the energies that we brought through during this week to begin to integrate the vibration of your awareness, your divine awareness, the soul that is you, into this now. And it is only from the present moment that you can begin to actually access directly the consciousness of Buddha and Jesus, Zarathustra, Lao Tzu, Joan of Arc, my father, your brother, your sister, your mother. These beings exist as consciousness, but they don't exist in our past. They don't exist in a future. They all exist here and now, which is why Master Jesus said the kingdom of God is here and now. It is my Father's house, and in my Father's house are many mansions, many places, many different states of consciousness and being, and there are no limits to those. And our goal today in this meditation is to give you the opportunity to consolidate your awareness into the experience of now, and observe the properties of consciousness that happen when you move into the present now, where you actually begin to experience expanded awareness, but still remain in this moment. Like I said, I can be aware of the breathing of the dog. I can be aware of the textures on of clothes upon my body. I can be aware of all kinds of different things, as we all can. And as I was saying earlier, what we do here is live. There's no 7-second delay. So what happens is what happens, and it's very exciting because that's what life should be. What happens is what happens, and we have a choice at a certain point in your process. You actually have a choice over what will or what will not happen in your life. So the meditation is going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to have you get your body quiet and still. So it's important if you are standing that you find a place where you can relax, unless you have trained your body that it can remain standing in a meditative state, then you're okay. But otherwise, if you can make certain you get physically comfortable so that your body's going to be relaxed. We'll do some Q&A once we finish the meditation. We're going to keep it down to about 7 to 10 minutes long so that you get a sense, a flavor of what it is to have your mind and your body quiet and still. I know a lot of you have listed a lot of questions that got lost as we came and went during the transmission. I can scroll down, there's quite a bit going on. We'll get to some of those questions after the meditation, because you might find when you experience your energy as it is, as you are, as the being that is you, as love, as a consciousness that's limitless and without bounds and capabilities, the questions you will ask will have answers that will come almost directly to you, just like they do for all of us, whether we're aware of that or not. When you ask a question, the answer is instantaneous, but what most people miss is because their thoughts are going on in their mind, or they're worried about things, stuff going on here, they can't hear. That's why it's important to get your mind silent, because when your mind is silent and quiet, then you can hear. And you can hear the things that you need to hear, right? Like if I want to hear the air conditioner, I can hear the air conditioner. If I want to hear the refrigerator running, I can hear the refrigerator running. If I want to focus my attention on the truck, I can do that and not be distracted or disturbed by any one of them. I now can observe them. So the meditation will be very short and straightforward, 7 to 10 minutes. It might run longer. That's happened many times before. And before we start the meditation, I want to announce a couple of things. First of all, thank you. I said I didn't drink enough. There's a couple of announcements to make. First of all, Shortcuts for Your Soul will be happening on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, because there's other projects they have us working on now that we have to stay focused on. we will keep the same format in that we will use the energies that have been gathered during the week, the energies that have been instilled and cultivated in our consciousness over the week of Shortcuts for the Soul as the platform for the meditation on Supernatural Saturday. Also, I want to maybe a world meditation, a live guided meditation on my YouTube channel on the 20th of this month. It will start at 8 p.m., but the meditation will start at 8:20 p.m. So it'll be 20. I was asked to if I could do this, and we stepped up and said, sure, we'd be happy to do this. So that'll be happening in Eastern Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. on the 20th of this month. Also, if you want to support this channel and the work we're doing, you can do so by becoming we become a Patreon. You get certain benefits. You can win a free reading. We do a monthly draw for a free reading. We offer you get to ask a free question for a minimum donation of $5. You get to ask one question a month. You get to participate in our monthly 7 at 7 activity where we do a live private Q&A for patrons only on our Patreon channel. And it's just a good thing to support this kind of information and knowledge getting out to everybody. And thirdly, if you ever want to book a reading with me, go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. You can book a reading with me. They're an hour long. They're very exciting. We also have our courses and classes coming up September the 5th. We're doing one more of each course, the 101, the 102, and the 103 mediumship programs. And for repeat students, that's only $99. For those who have are taking it for the first time, it's $199 US. And it's an amazing course. It'll blow your mind. Because you're going to be working every day with mediums, and it's just a fascinating thing. So please consider signing up for that. Now, yes, okay. So let's take another slow, deep breath and just center ourselves in. And again, if you have water, please sip some water with you. It's important to drink water. Water is valuable. It helps with the electrical integration of information for the body. The brain and body need electrical in them, so that when you drink water, you keep your body properly hydrated, hopefully, and that way the electrical signals between body and organs and nerves and glands remains consistent, so the body and brain can communicate properly. Okay, let's go here. All right. So get yourselves comfortable. Again, this will last anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes. It may run longer. So just get comfortable, take a slow, deep breath, and hold your breath for a few seconds and feel the tension build in your body when you hold your breath. You want to let your body feel tension. Hold it. And then exhale and feel the body let go. Allow yourself to feel the muscles letting go. Whenever your body exhales, the muscles automatically relax. You release tension on your exhale. On your inhale, you draw energy into the body. It charges it up. Remember, when you're breathing, you're creating a flow of electrons as you inhale air. That flow of electrons, remember, electrons moving through a conductive surface produce an electrical charge. So when you're breathing in, you're drawing in energy, electrical energy. And you can actually feel that buildup of a charge if you take a full breath all the way up. And at the top of your breath, there's a sensation right around here. You can feel the energy that you've just cultivated with that breath, that electrical charge that sits up here. It's like for me, it's like a joyful feeling. And then when you exhale, you let the body relax. And when you let the body relax, that energy that you brought in gets distributed through the body. So when you breathe in, bring the charge up. Feel it at the top of the lungs when you hold it. And then release and let that charge go be distributed in the body. And let's do a few breaths like that right now. Give the muscles in your body permission to relax as you exhale. Hold the breath each time you take it in, and as you exhale, allow the muscles in the body to relax. give them permission to relax. And one more slow, deep breath. Hold it at the top and feel that charge there. And as you exhale, allow the muscles in the body to relax. And feel them relax. Give the muscles in your face permission to relax. Give the muscles in your neck and shoulder permission to relax. And give the muscles in your chest and back permission to relax even more. Let all the muscles in your abdomen relax. Let the muscles in your buttocks and legs relax. Giving all the muscles permission to just relax for a few minutes. Now move your awareness into the space in the very middle of your head. And just move your awareness into a space in the middle of your head. And in that space, I want you to breathe a breath of energy with your lungs into the space in the middle of your head. Breathe in now. Draw the energy into your head. And as you exhale, exhale any thoughts in your mind out of your body. Just exhale all the thoughts out of your mind. Give your mind permission to be still and quiet. Draw another breath into the mind. Bring the energy up into the mind. And as you exhale, let your mind go quieter, more peaceful, and still. Exhale any thoughts out of your body. And breathe one more breath of energy into the mind. And this time, as you exhale, release any remaining thoughts from the head. And just feel the sensation of silence in your mind. If you have any residual thought in your mind, just gently breathe it out of your body. And let your body relax into the moment even more. Just let your body and mind be still and quiet. And now become aware of the space in the room around your body. Just feel the space with your awareness. Let your awareness feel the space in the room around your body. And take a moment to feel the vibration of that space. And take a moment to become aware of the space that your body occupies. And to that space, think the following thought. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for allowing me to see and hear and express myself. Feel how your body responds to that thought. Just feel. Feel the moment. Become aware of the space between your body and the walls in the room around your body. Just feel the space. You may even be able to sense the space between specific objects. Just be aware of the space. Anytime you focus your attention on space, you move your awareness away from your mind. You move your awareness away from your body. You move your awareness into the present moment. When you feel the space. Allow your awareness to expand into the space and feel how you experience being space. Communicate the awareness you have of space to your body. Communicate the sensation your awareness has of space to your body. Let your body feel your awareness of space. Let all of the molecules in your body feel your awareness of space. Let your body feel your awareness of space. And then very gently move your awareness back into the body. Feel your arms, your legs. Take a deep breath. Bring your energy back into your body. Let the sensation of space fill your body as you draw your awareness back into it. That's it. And then bring your attention back to the present moment. Let your eyes open, but stay present with the sensation of how you're experiencing your experience right now. Just give yourself permission to feel the difference in your energy now versus prior to starting. It's important you experience the experience. Just allow yourself to fully feel it, to be fully aware of it, both in body and as an awareness. Notice if there's any tingly sensations or a relaxation in your body that wasn't there before. Is your mind quieter and calmer? It's important you understand that you are the master of this temple, that whatever you teach it to do, it will learn to do. And our goal today was to get you connected through the vibration, the sensation of being in the present moment, if only for a few moments or minutes. What you were able to allow is what you were able to allow. If you practice this simple process, you can expand on it. You find when you're not attached to what your mind's thinking, what your body's thinking, that you can begin to explore realms of awareness that are available to everybody. But you have to get out of who you think you are to experience it. So now we can look at some of the questions and concerns that you have and see where we go from here. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us on this journey today. It's been really, really good. Okay, so I have a question here from, there it is. A question from Rehab. I'm suffering, but I feel that I don't want to let go of what makes me suffer. Please ask my guide what is the solution and what I need this time and how I can achieve more acceptance and love. That's a beautiful question. And if you've done the meditative process that we walked you through, it's just a beginning step. But it is a step. If you walk through it, then that question will have been answered by your experience. Because suffering is something that you have to give something attention in order for it to be a functional part of your life. Now, if your suffering has to do with events and circumstances in your life, then being able to release your attachment to it within inside yourself will create a change in the world around you. When you can consistently, even when you're suffering, release your suffering deliberately, even if somebody's causing it, if you're in a position where somebody's doing something to you, then get your awareness, be willing to let go of the suffering as a vibration within you and connect to a vibration of peace, of joy. Begin that process, and once you start to change how you're feeling inside, an event or circumstance will occur that matches that new energy state. So you want to move your awareness into a new energy to create a new experience in your life, because everything we're all experiencing is a direct result of our emotional energy, consciously and subconsciously, as it's been programmed in. Great question. Thank you, Rehab. Hi, Drusilla. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Marigold. Oh, thank you so much. Tempted by the chicken, eh? Okay, question. Hi, Michael. Please ask my guides what my life purpose is. Well, you have a life purpose. Everybody has a life purpose, but what we get, it gets lost in the confusion of our minds. It gets lost in the conditioning that we've been programmed with from our upbringing. You could be this, you can be this. We get so distracted by the outside world, we become disconnected from within ourselves, where the very seed of our purpose lies. You know, you can look in any book, you can look in any school, you can go to any school, have the greatest teachers on the planet. But if you have not found that heart that is yours, if you're not connected to who you are inside as a being, as an awareness, and then ask yourself as an aware, what do I love being? What do I love doing as an awareness? when you get to that place where you can ask those questions inside yourself, you're going to create a significant change. It's being able to ask that you find liberation. Being able to go inside, what is my purpose? And you might get writing, you might get teaching, you might get painting, you might get helping others. But there is a purpose. You weren't created into this form by chance. It's being able to get out of the entrapment of what we've been taught to think is real. That we have to discover what really is real for ourselves. Everyone's born with a unique and distinct capability to express creativity in their way. And that we can have a million artists, we can have a billion artists, we can have it doesn't have to be one, but your way of being what you're going to be is unique to you. But go within and start asking, what is my love? That's the question you want to start asking. What is my love as an expression? And listen. There's an infinite intelligence within you right now. And when you ask it that question, what is my love in expression? Immediately for me, I get channeling these divine beings, connecting with angels, sharing wisdom and knowledge with others. That's my love. It's instantaneous. It's a process of asking and listening. Literally, Master Jesus says, ask and you shall receive. But you have to get all of this out of the way. That's what the whole movie, The Matrix, was about. Getting out of what you've been programmed by the world to believe is true. Once you drop out of the program, then you can start to really be and know who you truly are. And ultimately, from our perspective, love is essentially what you are. And any function that is a function of love is going to be purposeful and will serve others and will serve you. Thank you for that question. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down here. Questions. Oh, Desiree, thank you so much for that $20 donation. I really appreciate it. That super chat. Desiree is asking, I had a dream that I was engulfed by fire, but was shielded, and I woke up into another dream after I could not take the heat. It felt so real. Could you and my guides please explain what was experienced? Master Jesus was working with you on that. Master Jesus teaches what's called baptism by fire. So I want you to understand, Master Jesus was working with you. It's about part of the ascension process. There's two forms of baptism. There's baptism by water, which is what John the Baptist taught. Baptism by water wasn't pouring water over somebody's head. Baptism by water was bringing knowledge and information from higher realms of consciousness and dispensing that knowledge to people that were willing to receive it. The knowledge is the water that John the Baptist gave to people. So he brought the spirit of truth, light, love down to people. Whereas Master Jesus taught baptism by fire. And baptism by fire is where you volitionally, by choice, you decide, I'm going to elevate myself up through an act of my own consciousness to connect to that divine essence, these multidimensional beings that are up there. So I'm going to purify my body. I'm going to clean up my mind. I'm going to learn to meditate. I'm going to get myself into a state of being that allows me to resonate with or be in harmony with these vibrational frequencies. The vibration of what you call God, the Father, the energy, the Spirit, is a vibration. It's an energy that you want to get in tune with, just as fear is a vibration. So in your dream, Master Jesus was helping you to recognize you are on the process of self-evolution, of baptizing yourself by fire, of being supported by these higher dimensional beings to raise yourself up. So examine the areas of your life where you can enhance the quality of your being, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay. Yes. Master Jesus is saying, go into the clay. Go into the clay. Yes. If you have a riverbank or a riverbed around you, Desiree, if there's a place that you have around you where there's a river and a clay bank, go to the clay and put your feet in the clay. Go to the clay and put your feet in the clay. He says, if you can be like that for 40 minutes and still your mind and be present with the energy of that which is there, he's saying, that which is there, you will come to understand the meaning of the dream. Um, the clay, he says, the clay will do two things. The clay will actually pull toxins out through your feet, but it will also ground you with the earth in a very unique and distinct way. But he says you have nothing to fear. You're on the path. You're working your way through it. And we all have our trials. We all sometimes have to take a break. It can be really intense sometimes, which is why he says that's why you shifted out of the heat, being engulfed in the fire. You shifted out of the heat because, again, you don't want to overdo it. You want to practice it. But he says go into the clay. So if you can find that space around you to experience that, that would be really wonderful. I think you're going to be quite surprised. Thank you for that. It's a beautiful question, Desiree. Nikki asked a question above. Let's see if I can scroll. I'm just scrolling up here, see if I can find. Oh, there's Nikki's question. So Nikki's asking, hey William, do you know why I saw a young blonde woman within my mind's eye, and which deity she sent that message? Was that the purpose of that message, and what were they trying to let me know, and why? That's the representation that your mind would understand as Gaia, the essence of the earth, the spirit of her being manifesting itself for you. Do not get into your mind's confusion about this being referring a specific person in this physical dimension, but it is the spirit of your mother, that which made your body, that wishes to communicate with you and asks you to step forward in service for her, to work on behalf of her. So if you can, look at getting involved in some environmental initiatives. That's how I'm interpreting and feeling that is from her. But that was Gaia as the way she can represent herself to you. It's a beautiful energy, because again, I get it as a feeling more than as visual. So thank you for sharing that, Nikki. Really appreciate it. And let us know how it goes. What service of the environment you're going to work with. I'm really curious about how that's going to come out for you. Okay, I'm just scrolling down to see if there's any more questions. Oh. Manoj is asking, I'm going to join a new job next week. I apologize. I can't read the same way as I normally would with my desktop until I get a new microphone. You're being replaced, microphone. I'm going to join a new job. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your consciousness. I'm going to a new job next week, but I am fearful that I may get fired from it due to bad boss or office politics, just as I was fired from my last 3 jobs. Please ask Jesus for advice. He keeps saying the same thing. Fear not. Let go of that seed. Rip that seed out of the garden of your mind and cast it from you. Cast it out from you. Do not fear. Yes, cast it out from you. It is so important to understand that the minute you think a thought about something, the minute you think a fearful thought, your body and mind react as if it's real. Your body and mind can't distinguish between fantasy and reality. It can't. You can. It can't. So you have to train your mind and body to be fearless. To be fearless so that they can follow your direction consistently and repeatedly. And again, it takes patience and perseverance and practice. Let's see what we got here. Wow, wonderful. I'm not sure. I will scroll up. Thank you for that super chat. There's a lot of scrolling going on here. Okay. Well, I can't keep scrolling through all this stuff. If I miss your question, you can use the super chat. It gets my attention immediately. For $1 even, you can get a question answered. I can't keep scrolling up and down. It just takes too much time, and we're almost done for today. But I want to say, use this little simple meditative process today. It's really simple, and you can learn to do it without any narration. Once you can learn to move your awareness into space, just the nature of being aware of space, there's no reference point for the mind to be active. There's no reference point, therefore, for the body to be active, because the body reacts to the mind as the mind can react to the body, right? So the body can hear sounds and the mind can react to the sounds. But once you're in space, you can still hear and be aware, but be completely undistracted. So really find that space. Practice being in it every day. If you can give it to yourself 5 to 15 minutes every single day, it's going to make a huge difference in what's going on here, because what's going on here won't be going on as much. It won't be distracting you as much. You'll start to gain authority over it. Remember, the truth is you are the authority over that body. It's not who you are. It's an instrument that you use. It does what you think it to do. The same with your thoughts. Your thoughts are not who you are. They don't define you. That's just information from your past and memories. It's not who you are. Who you are is here and now, this divine being of light and love that we work with, that we all enjoy in being together from the perspective of now. So take the time to give yourself that gift of being in the present moment. It's really worth it. Space is the key. Being aware of space. Your mind cannot think when there's nothing there. So focus on the space. Your mind cannot think when there's nothing there. And if you're focused on space, your mind can't put anything in it because it's only space. And your body will become quieter. And then you start to train. Then they begin to realize, oh, somebody else is in charge. I'm not in charge anymore. You want to teach your body and mind that you're in charge of them. They're not in charge of you. Even though it wants that coffee and it wants that sugar. It wants, we make all our own natural treats. Like we have beautiful orange sickles in the fridge made out of real oranges. And we make our own fudgicles, and we make our own brownies, we make our own treats. It's important to begin, if your senses like the pleasure of sweet, then find sweet that's good for your body, not bad. And start putting foods in your body that elevate the consciousness and the quality of it up. Because it's a divine temple. You're living in a divine temple. You didn't make that body. I didn't make this body. Something made it for us. Because it loves us. It loves you. It loves us all. It made your body. It's beating your heart. It's giving you its life every single moment. And it will never be separate from you. Remember that. When you find your mind going into crazy places, go into this space and just be in this space. Breathe your body. It will slowly learn to listen to you. I used to be horribly depressed and extremely manic many years ago. It took me some practice and time on my own to figure it out. Let what we offer you here and now be a time saver for you. You don't have to go through years of struggle and strife to find joy and happiness in the present moment. Learn. Anyway, much love to everybody. Again, I want to thank everybody for walking through that exciting beginning where the sound didn't work and I had to restart 3 times. Isn't that fascinating? That something like that doesn't have to be a scary process for anybody. That it's like, what's going to happen next? That's what happens for me. I wonder what's going to happen next. I wonder what's going to happen next. It's exciting, right? When things don't go the way you expect them to go, I wonder what's going to happen next. You can learn to become very excited about what's to come in your life, instead of having concerns about it. I'll take one last question. Let's see. Oh, can't find it. Okay. So everybody have a joyful day. Make your day a joyful day. Make your moment a joyful moment. If you do that every moment, your whole day will be joy. Now I gotta figure out, I haven't done this with the cell phone. So did I miss? Oh, hang on. I just got a super chat from I Am. Oh, I love that. I Am. Guidance for new man Tom I just met. Match. Oh, are you a match for him? Wow. There is a process of learning that you will engage in. Do not make the error of placing the past of your past into the present of your now. Please also make certain that he understands and is in alignment with your process of truth and love and compassion. The match is a choice if both are willing to work on the process. Right. They're saying do not doubt in your capacity to create that which you want. But also recognize that each other also has the capacity to create what they choose and want. If you can co-create together consciously and deliberately, be mindful and attentive to each other's words and understand, then you will find much joy in this relationship. But it must be both ways. You can find much joy in this relationship. Wow. Thank you so much. Did I miss a super chat? Because I'm just seeing something. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's question. Nope. I think we got them all. Thank you so much. I am. I love that username because we all are. I am. So much love, everybody. Let's see if I can figure out how to hang this thing up now. Okay. Have a joyful day, everybody. Much love.